Hey guys, welcome back to my new video, and today I'm going to give you an intro to MS Access. Access is basically a Microsoft PowerPoint app which is just like Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint or Microsoft Access. So what it is actually, very few people know about Microsoft Access. So today I'm going to be telling you what is it and for what purposes you can use it. To open Access, the process is very simple. You just got to go here and type Access. It will be here appear and you just need to double click it and the Access window will be open. In the Access window, you will have these templates here. There are n number of templates from which you can choose. But for today's basic, we'll choose a blank desktop database. Now, what is a database? Basically, database is a collection of data which we can organize in a manner that it allows easy access and retrieval and the use of that data. So, Access is a software that allows you to create, access, and manage the database on your laptop or in your computer. So, you need to create a database. You can give it a name. Here, I'm just using the name database 1. So in Access, you can manage your database or you can create your database. It will be saved with the .accdb extension. So components of Access will talk. First thing we have here are tables, records and fields. For example, if we choose table 1 here, you'll have a table. This is the table here. In it, there will be records and there will be fields. Record is a row. This is a row. This is a row and this is a field which is a column. Record is a row and a field is a column in a table. Record contains information about a person, product or event. A field contains specific piece of information within the record. So we'll start with the the information here. So we have two views here. The two views here are datasheet view and design view. We'll first learn about design view. In design view, first you need to give your table a name. If I save it as table 1, okay, here we have another window opening. Now in this window you have two panes. This is the upper pane and this is the lower pane. Now in the upper pane you have field name, data type and description. In the lower pane you have field properties. So we'll look at both of these with equal introduction. So firstly in the upper pane of table 1 we have field name. Field name is given to like a important set of words. Basically you could say it as, or field name is a unique name for each field. For example, student ID, or you could say it as name. If I'm making a report for my class, I'll write name. Now here you can see it is showing this dialog box. It says the name you supplied is a reserved word. Reserved words have a specific meaning to Microsoft Access or to Microsoft Access database. Now we'll move forward just a minute. Okay, so nextly we are adding like class, transportation, or whatever you want to add. Now ID, we can take it as, now whatever you can see here are the data types. We have entered a field name. What is the data type? Each field has a data type which defines what you can store in it. Now in this field we can store which is the ID. ID is always unique. So it has this primary key. Primary key tells that this thing is unique and it separates it from all the other things. So ID can be auto number, it can be long text, short text, number, date time, currency, auto number, yes, no, or OLE object, hyperlink attachment, calculated and loop up wizard. So basically ID is always a auto number, so we'll take it as auto number. Name is text, class is text, and transportation is also text. But if you say, are you taking school transport? Yes or no? So we can take it as yes or no. Now this here is the description in which you can describe whatever you want to tell. What is the ID? ID is specific information. This is how you can describe it. Now, in short text, you have a limit of 255 words, whereas in long text, you have a limit of 63,999 words. So, moving forward, if you say ID, I'm selecting this field, and here I have field properties. Field size is a long integer. New values are in segment, and then here you can see I have a drop down box here in segment, and there are random and in segment. So if I choose random, here it is showing if I can choose it or not. If I want random, then here okay. So this is how you can do it, but we don't want any duplicate because we have auto number here, so auto number will be no duplicate, so it will be increment. Next is name. You have again properties of name in class, transportation, short text, long text, ID. So here as you can see, short text has 255, and if I choose it to be long text, it will not have a value. Then we have a lookup tab here. In lookup tab basically is not nothing, but sometimes when you add lookups, like here I've added a short text, so it displays or controls the lookups. So this is how you can do it. Now once you have all done all this, we'll move forward, and the next thing is about moving. Once you're done with this, how to move from this particular view, design view, to datasheet view. So you must save. Yes, we want to save the table. Once the table is saved, we are here. We have ID, name, class, transportation. If I want to add a ID, okay. So now let's add name. If I want to add A, B, C, ID was an auto number, so it has directly came 1. If I add here C, D, B, the ID is automatically 2. As well, we can add class. If I add class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5, class 6, n number of classes we can add. Then here also n number of names we can add. Just give an example. Then transportation, as I did yes or no. We have an option. If I take it, it means yes. If I don't take it, it means no. And then last, I didn't add anything, so it's empty. If I add the date and time here, this I do it as date. Then here we'll have a date. So that's how it works. Now you are in this data sheet view right now. So if you want to go back to design view and add another number of things here, you can add. Then I want to tell you about one more feature of Access which I think is very important. It's validation rules. What are validation rules? Like if I choose, suppose I choose, if I make another here roll number, if I do it as, and I put it as a number, and if I do it as fees, for example, and my fees is for fourth class, it's 5,000. So here in validation rule, you can say I'm going to add 5,000. So I'm adding 5,000 in validation rule, and we have to make it function. So okay, so fees is added. Now if we go back to the datasheet view, we'll save it, and Okay, so we are back here, and if here for the first person I add my fees 3000, what is it gonna show me? It is gonna show me that it is prohibited because the validation rule is 5000 and you cannot add 3000. So either I'll have to add 5000 or I'll have to add 6000, which is okay. So it won't be able, I won't be able to add 6000 even because the validation I've set is 5000. But if I want 5000 and below, I don't want it to be above 5000, I just want it to be below 5000. So I'll simply have to add is equal to sign here and just add this side. Then when you save it, you go to your datasheet view. Yes, you save it. And yes, you want to work with it. Here you are. If I try adding 3000 here now, is it gonna work? Yes, it's gonna work. But if I add 6000 here, is it gonna work? No, because we have less than 5000, so we need to change it. So that is how MS Access works. And then these all things which I'm adding here, these are basically adding records to your Access. So that's what I'm going to discuss today. In next, we are going to discuss about tables and forms in MS Access. So thank you and meet you in my next video.